Welcome to Chris's Bread. Today I'm going to show you how to make vanilla date bread. Date gives nice, sweet, like a honey-like taste to this bread. That's why this recipe uses very small amount of sugar. And make sure to choose very soft date. That will give better result. Let's get to it. To make a vanilla date bread, we're going to make a sponge. To make a sponge, pour in a bowl warm water, milk, and yeast. And we're going to whisk it until yeast parts are dissolved in the liquid. Then we're going to add sugar and flour. So we're going to whisk it until it's nice and creamy. Then we're going to scrape the side of the bowl and cover with plastic wrap and let it rise in room temperature until it doubles in the side. Meantime, we're going to prepare the date. So there's all kinds of date. You can see it's a soft, chunky date, and then this one is hard, so this is not ideal for this bread recipe. So make sure to choose the soft date. We're gonna chop the date. So this bread taste comes from the date. The soft taste, soft date will give the bread kind of brownish tint. That's where the flavor comes from, the date. When it's really mixed with the dough really well, that's when the taste comes. Now the sponge is doubled in the size. You can see little bubbles. At this point, if you're using mixer machine, then you're going to pour the sponge in a mixing bowl and add all the other ingredients. Whenever it calls egg, I like to separately whisk the egg before putting into the bread dough mix. So I'm whisking the egg separately. And if you're using hand, then you're going to add all the other ingredients and make sure all dissolved very well before you add the flour. And you can use the wooden spatula to mix the flour. I'm mixing it, all the ingredients very well. Now you can see it's almost creamy. And then add the flour a little at a time. And we're trying to create nice soft dough because eventually we're going to add the date, so dough should be soft dough. If it's too sticky to your hand, then you can add a little bit of flour when you bring it up in a flat surface. The same thing with the mixer. Mix it in a mixer machine until it comes outside of the bowl. Then we're going to bring it to the flat surface and we're going to knead it by hand. Knead it until it's nice and elastic. It resists to your hand. Gluten forms. Then we're going to put it in a pre-oiled container. So if you're going to make round loaves, then make sure a baking sheet is ready. So we're going to put it in a bowl and cover plastic wrap and let it rise in the room temperature until it's doubled in the size. You can see now the dough is doubled in the size. We're going to bring it up to the flat surface and divide into 3 equal portions. If you're using a bread pan, make sure you spread and get the bread pan ready. I like to divide the dough and like to divide the chopped date separately and spread the dough a little bit and sprinkle the chopped date and then roll it up and then start kneading by hand. So at this point, the date will really dissolve, soft part of the date dissolve with the dough, and make sure distribute it evenly, and then shape it and put it in the bread pan or a baking sheet. And then we're going to cover it up and let it rise in the room temperature. So if you're making round loaf, then before you put it in the oven, you can nicely score the top of the bread. Now it's rising, so make sure 20 minutes before you put it in the oven, heat the oven. And because this is very dense dough with fruits and butter and egg, to check the doneness, you can use a wooden stick and insert it inside and it comes out clean. Then it is done. If it comes out with the sticky dough, then you can bake it another 5 or 10 minutes. So now it's done. You can see I'm inserting this to stick and comes out clean. Now you know how to make vanilla date bread. Enjoy the vanilla date bread.